Hi, hon. Um, nothing. Just drawing. That's all. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could see. It's not too crazy, though. Nah, it's nothing that crazy. It really isn't. I mean, I could show you. They're very simple when you break them down. If you want me to show you how to draw them. But this notebook's a little small. So I'm actually, since we're in this room, that could work. Okay, you just sit down there. I'm gonna throw it. Here, you can actually use my sketchbook and a pencil. Here you go. And I'm gonna try and draw things on the art app on the projector, so that you can kind of follow along and, see how it all works. Though I'm not completely used to the art app yet, so I might make a few mistakes here and there. But right, yeah, you got the notebook, the pencil. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, and I also been working on this. Watch this. Hey, Emma,
Yes, boss?
could you turn off the lights and turn on the projector?
Copy that, sir.
Yeah, I worked on it. I've been working on it for a few weeks, but you know, it's I had a lot of help with Tony. Tony, he's crazy good with computers. I'm not that good at them, but no, I mean, it said those things because it just knows I'm cool like that.
He told me to say those things because he's a prankster gangster.
Busted. Yeah, I told her to say that. Sorry about that. I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, I guess I am a prankster gangster. Emma, can you get back on that projector, please?
Copy that. Next stop, Art Central.
Uh, yeah. So Emma's I kind of used Tony's code, but essentially he knew how to code like an AI in, and so Emma's like her own AI, but her purpose is maintain stuff around the house, so it should be fine. I trust it. I mean, it's Tony's code, so, and nothing bad's happened to him, so, I'm not worried. But, finally, the projector. Okay, so first you kind of wanna draw like what looks very inappropriate, what freaking kids would draw in like middle school. But then, yeah, it looks really bad. But basically, you want to do like kind of that circle into like an oval, and then yeah, you draw a line over that, make the nose, and then you want to draw like some points for the ears. And here, just because I'm on the app, freaking making sure the lines are connected. Because sometimes when you use the bucket feature, it can cover the whole screen, which is not what you want to do. So right now I'm just erasing the ears, where the lines were initially, so it's like all just kind of blended, for the most part. I mean, just trying to get it quickly done here, but yeah. And then from here, you kind of want to do like a really big D, and then you want to do like two little like, I guess, ovals, and then like the point at the tail. Again, like erase the where the point and the lines meet, so it's all just kind of blended. And then just now color in the nose, and I think that should be it. Yeah, and that's how you draw the dog. I mean, it's nothing too crazy. But I guess I could do Spider-Man, but that one's gonna take a minute, especially without reference, and it'll just go to show that like you don't exactly need reference. I mean, it's not gonna be amazing, but it'll kind of give you an idea that as long as you know and you round things off, it should be fine. But yeah, I like to draw things in very round shapes because as a kid, you can see like a super detailed piece of art, but it's not really gonna, like, kids are gonna try and recreate it and it's not gonna look as good. It just won't. And that's not their fault. They never experienced art or done art on a very regular basis to do all those things. But I kind of liked drawing things very rounded because I wanted to draw those things as kids, right? So it was kind of a dream of mine when I was in middle school that I would be like an illustrator for like, like a children's book or something, and make them very simplistic like this. So, kids could draw it, right? And I thought it'd be cool if like, oh, okay, use these drawings in the book. And then you could kind of like at the end of the book have like a little tutorial like, oh, how to draw this, draw that sort of thing. I thought that'd be neat. But right, so let's get started on Spider-Man. Right, so Spider-Man. I think one of the big things about Spider-Man is watching like how the eyes end up. Like you obviously want them to be huge, and then it's just like you have like a round head, but then also you want to kind of do like like a basketball shape, like for the line pattern. So you do like a line straight down the middle with like a little circle in the middle. Then you'll do like an X, and then usually I like to make the eyes really big because when you do them really big, you can avoid doing that line on the side like the right like I have to do. But yeah, and then from here, you kind of just want to make some on the top. You want to do like some very loose U's, and then on the bottom, you want to do like some very loose like ends, if that makes sense. And you see here, I'm just like filling it in with the color. I know you just have a pencil right now, but hold on. Just filling this in, doing that, this there, and that last spot. Hopefully, yeah, okay, cool. But you can see like, yeah, there's like the head, right? And I could just stop there, but I'm gonna try and do the whole body. Although my anatomy is not very great, so it probably won't be fantastic. But we'll just do like a shrug, right? Also another thing I like to do, especially when I'm not very confident in like proportions or anything like that, I just want like, I know normally you have like 5 fingers, but in this case we're just gonna do 4 because we're being silly and we're being goofy and we're doing kind of something a little off the plan, right? I didn't even think I was gonna do the whole body at this point, but I mean, might as well, right? Like I'm not just gonna do one arm, might as well do everything. Especially when I did the torso too. I mean, right now it's just a frame, but we'll get there, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, so when I want to do like a shrug, and it's not exact, but I mean, it's there. And then here we'll just kind of like try and do like a Dorito shape where it's like, I mean, not really, because it's not like Spider-Man's not super muscular. He's fit for sure, but not super muscular. So you don't want to overemphasize that Dorito shaped frame. And then from here, I'm just gonna color and fill them in all red, because Spider-Man is basically mostly red, except for like some blue, but we'll get to that. I gotta use black. But essentially, yeah, here on the fingers, I just do a couple lines, make sure that the lines line up for the most part on the fingers. And then I think, yeah, we'll do just one down the middle. This isn't exactly, but, it'd be a little better with some reference, but, we're just doing like some lines, draw like that. Again, same thing on this side, do a couple lines. Make sure that the lines line up for the most part. Yeah, and then just kind of draw lines like that. You got them there. And then do we do the under? Yeah, we'll do the underarms. So he does have a little blue like under his arms, sort of thing. So we'll just kind of use the elbow as reference. Cut it like that. I think we use So then we fill it with blue. Just the blue. Oh, I just realized. Oh, dang it! If I did the suit mostly blue, and then we did the lines as red instead of black, we could make Spider-Man 2099. But the eyes would definitely have to be different. But for the most part, yeah, you could do that. Just thought that was kind of interesting. And then we'll do some black again. We're gonna border off like the legs. Because he does have blue pants, mostly. So then we get this here. We draw the leg right there. I think that'll work, yeah. And then we'll just draw like the pant line, I think. The pant line. You don't want his waist too high. But we definitely want to draw like some vertical lines first. So we'll do like, that'll hang up. There you go. That's better. So hang the lines. We'll do them down like this. And he does kind of have a waistband. I do remember it kind of has like a U shape. But again, I'm not really looking at reference here. This would obviously be like a lot easier and kind of better with some posing and stuff. Like if I was following a reference as a guide, but I'm just trying to show that from memory, you can do things if you remember them good enough. And then I'll do kind of a different gray because, those are kind of bundled up a little too much. But I'm going to do a gray here. I could do an offset black from what I've been doing, but I'm afraid maybe you couldn't see it. So I'm just going to do a gray so that way you can see the little spider logo. I know, exhilarating spider, right? But then from here, I think we'll do some U shapes for the lines, or we could fill in the pants just because, just the pants, right? And of course, you don't have to do it exactly like me. You can always take your own creative liberties. You could follow a reference to be a little better. But yeah, we'll just do some U's here. And again, you just want to make sure all your U's line up, because that was something I thought was very interesting when I finally began studying Spider-Man's costume. I'm like, his suit is really connected. It's literally a web. That's so genius. Even his head especially, right? But his suit, all the lines meet up and it's never weird and crooked. And you don't think about it because you're just yeah, that's Spider-Man. But Spider-Man knocked it out the park with this one. Park, like Peter Parker. But yeah, so then, it looks pretty good, I think. And then sometimes less is more. I think when you try to get too intricate, especially with how thick I'm making my lines, it makes it look worse overall. So I mean, this is more of a rush Spider-Man, but I mean, you can tell it is Spider-Man, right? And I know I kind of kept crapping on using references. I don't necessarily think it makes you any less of an artist if you do use references. I think like getting in some practice and basically just not tracing is what I meant to say, you know? But I mean, yeah, that's a Spider-Man, all right. But yeah, so there is one more drawing I really like to do. Actually, it's two, but they're so small that I'll just bundle them in together. So let's take this from the top one last time. Right. So you kind of want to do like a super rounded backwards L. And then I'm just going to do little dots and eyebrows, make them a little smug, make them a little smug. You look kind of meh. So I'm going to undo that and yeah, give more like that Roblox smile. And then you just do like what a little kid would do as like a car, as like the shape of the shell. And then I'm just gonna erase like the lines that went over, and then you can do like a little 6, but the shell looks a little too chunky for the snail, so I'm gonna do like a different shell, make it a little smaller, you know, and and then again, I'm gonna erase the lines, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, uh, I think he needs a little bit of color. So I'm gonna be looking for some green. I'm gonna make the snail green, like Shrek. Yeah. Ooh, because ogres are like onions, and so just give him little antenna thingies. I know technically, I think those are supposed to be his eyes on an actual snail, but this is a cartoon snail. It don't matter. We do some brown because Shrek got that brown vest. Do a little snail like that, and I like doing little animals like this that are simple because you can customize them a bunch of different ways. But also for this chicken, you kind of want to do like an egg shape. Again, we're gonna do like an erase a previous shape that we did, and now we're gonna round it off so we can make a beak. And then from here, I was like, we'll just do little happy eyes. Do like a little like side U, and then just do little circles for his feet, and then do little rounds for his little thing up top. I don't know what you call those, but the chicken's got them. Just fill it in with like some red, and then we'll do like some yellow for the beak, and then okay, they made the whole screen yellow because the line wasn't connected. But yeah, I just round it off. It should fix everything, and yeah, I mean, and then I just fill it in like that, and there we go. I mean, that's all there is to it. These are just a few of my drawings, and maybe I can pull up a few that I've worked on before. I really liked this one. I did this one in a bigger sketchbook, and I also did this one. But the thing with these is I did borrow some reference as material for kind of like some inspiration, and on top of that, these pieces took me like, I want to say like a minimum 4 hours. I'm sure for like maybe art experts and those who actually know the trade, this might not take them as long, or maybe they take just as long. I don't know. But these really came out of like me being super inspired, right? So I became like hyper fixated and I got a surge of inspiration. But it also takes time and it also takes a lot of practice. Because this one here on the left, I did I want to say 3 or 4 times before I would do little segments I don't like how that hand looks, or the posing, it's a little off, or sometimes I wrote really hard, or I did a certain body part like the eyes over and over and over again so many times that when I erased it, it tore through the paper, and it was oh man. And I mean, yeah. So it'll I mean, these are some of my proudest pieces. So it'll take a minute before I can do something like that on a regular, but I'm still learning, and now you're on your way too. And of course, you always have your own style, and it doesn't have to be conventional, or art is subjective. And what may be oh, I like it, Picasso, might also be someone's not favorite. But what's important is you enjoy it and you think it looks good, right? Because then it reflects your heart and your soul. But maybe I'm getting a little too philosophical and a little too what's the word? Sentimental? Maybe. But point is, it is just like when I saw other artists and I was like, how do you make such good art? It really does take practice. And that's that sounds kind of boring and kind of dumb. But I need to know now. But it's dude, you're going to develop your style and you're going to figure things out as you go along, you know? And that's all there is to it, I guess. But I mean, there's a lot to it. But you learn, right? But thank you for coming to my TED Talk, as I'm super artsy and hopefully not so fartsy. But I was thinking, if you were up for it, maybe I'm a little exhausted. Maybe we could do some cuddles. Maybe. If you want. Cool. I I never get quite used to this cuddling up next to you. It's so nice. I don't know what happens, but I guess I don't realize how stressed and anxious I am a lot of the time, even though I don't appear very stressed or anxious. Even I don't think so, but when I hold you, I just feel like so much weight comes off my shoulders. It just keeps getting lighter and lighter until we squeeze each other so tight that there's not a worry in the world. And how I love how when we go to the bedroom, the sheets are all cold because of the weather. It's so freezing in our room. And then we just cuddle up next to each other for warmth. And like magic, it's like we start generating like so much heat than if we just try to warm up in the covers ourselves. It's such a nice feeling to have. And I love it when you say good morning and you've got your morning voice. I know you say you don't like it, but I think it's really, really attractive. But that's just me. I mean, it's not just me. I mean, I'm sure other people might think it's attractive too. Yeah, I'm blushing. I, I, I really like that about you. And, I, I like how supportive you are. And I feel like I'm kind of rambling because I'm so tired, but, I, I know that when I look into your eyes and you look back into mine, everything doesn't feel quite right. Like I'm so powerful and yet so weak when I'm around you. But when we cuddle up like this and you make me feel like the most special guy in the whole world, I know exactly the kind of man I want to be. I want to be there for you when you're feeling down or at your lowest, and hold you and spoil you like a beautiful princess. Because you are my princess and I am a prince. But should we get married one day, I shall be king and you will be my queen. If you have me, that is. I'm dreaming, aren't I? Yeah, I thought so. You seem so excited and not freaked out at all. I I can't wait for that day, Or figuratively, not literally. But even if you're my dream girlfriend, both in my dream and in real life, I I want to love you forever and ever and never let go. I am your world and you're my rock. And together will rock the world. Banner. Good night. Good night, darling. I love you.